These are the last days of the age we living in. Niggas trapped in jails on islands like Gilligan. Everyday shots ring out in the streets, blood spill again. If you murdered once, it's guaranteed you'll kill again. Leave holes in your body frame for the doctor to fill it in, or get clapped in the streets, left on the floor fidgeting in the cold shivering, praying to God that you live again. Niggas get shot and then become Christian in. From the jump you should've played your part, cause bullets are skin inside of your head like a mohawk. The last days like Noah before he entered the ark. The man was wicked with evil intentions in his heart. Once he destroyed the earth with the flood, and bitter because making man out of mud. Now our time on earth is about to expire. The second coming is gonna be brimstone and fire. Mystery, Babylon the Great is falling and burning. Burning, Babylon is burning and burning. Mystery, Babylon the Great is falling and burning. Burning, Babylon is burning and burning. The rich get rich while the poor don't get a fucking thing. That's why I keep my gun off safety so it can ring, and stick up niggas who like to bling bling and see how fast they fling they rings and things. What's more important, your life or your clothes? Because I'm about to rob you for both of those. Nigga, I'm packing heat cause it's oh so cold. Living in a world where most people's hearts are froze. The world ain't nothing like it used to be. The murder rate's increasing beyond usually. When them bullets fly, trying to act too fly to duck, your chest will get hit up with your eyes wide shut. Don't gamble with your life when them bullets ring out. If you hear them bullets whistling, you better be out. It only takes a second for you to be laid out. In these last days, homie, I'm riding it out. Mystery, Babylon the Great is falling and burning. Burning, Babylon is burning and burning. Mystery, Babylon the Great is falling and burning. Burning, Babylon is burning and burning. Mystery, Babylon the Great is falling and burning. Burning, Babylon is burning and burning. Mystery, Babylon the Great is falling and burning. Burning, Babylon is burning and burning. And God said to Abraham, and know for a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, shall be afflicted for over 400 years. It was written, yeah. In 1555 we first arrived on slave boats. Whole bunch of black folks chained to the neck with black ropes. From children to teenagers on to the old folks. The journey starts from Africa's west coast across the Atlantic, held captive by the satanic. So many people panicked and vanished. Tribes damaged, we called on the Lord, but he silently ignored. Instead of being captive, many rather jump overboard. Now this is the beginning of what we will endure. Once we reach the seashore, they got plenty more in store. Now we arrived from such a long vacation. We were broken up into segregation and then put on plantation. The most horrific documentation, the blueprint was laid. The manuscripts of Willie Lynch on how to condition a slave. They'll take a pregnant woman, tie her upside down by her feet, and cut her belly open till the fetus falls on the street. We were lynched on trees and crucified. This when the Caucasian true nature became identified. As a slave, it was like death was certain. When they wrote the Constitution, we was 1/3 of a person. So what the fuck I look like at the voting poll voting? When you look me in the eyes when I was hanging there choking. You gotta be joking. Burnt alive, body smoking. Right there in the open, it could be too much for you to soak in. Before we could read and use words and verbs, they painted us a picture that was worth 1,000 words. Trying to see life in this terrible life, they painted the Messiah white and taught us about Christ. Tortured us every night when we took the Bible for learning, and for religion, that's when they gave us the King James Version, which was written in the 16th century. Now we trying to find God through the eyes of the enemy, praying to God with a false identity, when the true God is forgotten inside our memories. Bowing down, worshiping woods and stone, graven images that was forbidden in the testaments of the old. We repeating the same things he told us not to. That's the reason why 400 years God forgot you, because we disobeyed our God. And look at the price we gotta pay, forever scarred.
If you're praying to your God, I'd give it up. He doesn't care, and he is not going to get you out of here.
We can't buy, we can't sell, we're totally shut out of the system.
I don't want to hear anything about God's love in the courtroom. It is time to bring a judgment against God.
If God was to return right now, earthquakes, thunder, and lightning in the clouds. If God was to return right now, non-believers would be the first to bow down. If God was to return right now, how many people will be ready to face trial? If God was to return right now, the judgment is judged by the lifestyle. This is my last given testament. Time is measurement, the war cries evident. Streets polluted and desolate. The revolt of America's upset confirms that religion is a threat. Martial law in effect. The people in an uproar for respect, but only tear gases cloud the streets of US, forcing residents to accept with no choices to reject the mark of the beast brandished on your neck. Some fought to the last breath, others fled to the hilltops and left, while many bowed down in the fear of death, taking a form of freedom to slavery oppressed. Looking up at the sky like, God, what next? From the battling, many panicking, thug niggas turn mannequin, while all nations ride at the Vatican. The uprise of the Protestants got police staggering, while God bring them to the gathering. If God was to return right now, earthquakes, thunder, and lightning in the clouds. If God was to return right now, non-believers would be the first to bow down. If God was to return right now, how many people will be ready to face trial? If God was to return right now, the judgment is judged by the lifestyle. It's been 1,000 years of my release of speech upon devils whose time is weak, watching the signs as they reap, harvesting the beast, patiently planting the seed for Satan's children to breed, to multiply exceedingly through Europe and Greece, which will increase the counterfeit priest, the counterclockwise the people's belief, a pagan practice by Roman Catholics conquered and mastered by Pope III the Baptist, got you believing backwards. Gotta uncover it, the truth about the government that broke the covenant, started new laws to supplement, through street wars became abundance, abandoned households and only mothers, hold rifles to protect others. From a Soviet Union of one color, ordered one nation for complete total domination, with 7 countries and 5 have fallen from abomination, with 2 countries left to see if they're willing to make it, to carry out the word from Abraham, Isaac to Jacob. From the breakup of the 12 tribes we make up, some will seek refuge in Jamaica, some will seek refuge by the equator, some will travel to the borderlines of Asia, to leave Americas, the western wilderness, because it's not for us, only the land of the lust, and God we trust. If God was to return right now, earthquakes, thunder, and lightning in the clouds. If God was to return right now, non-believers would be the first to bow down. If God was to return right now, how many people will be ready to face trial? If God was to return right now, the judgment is judged by the lifestyle.